Avenatti has responded to what you're saying, and he tweeted out that he feels like R.Kelly's attorney is now trying to distract attention away from the clear guilt of his client by raising bogus arguments about he and Kim Fox.
And I don't need to respond to Mr. Avenatti. You know, Mr. Avenatti thinks that he is the truth. He is the oracle of truth. I think the federal prosecutors disagree in New York. He's entitled to presumption of innocence like anyone else, but they disagree. The tapes don't bear that out. The prosecutors in California disagree.
If convicted, he could face up to 335 years in prison.
When everything somebody touches is like this, what happened here is they got in bed with Avenatti, and Avenatti is toxic. Everything he touches seems to blow up, and that's what's going to happen here.
You're being charged with very serious crimes. You're facing, if convicted on all of these charges, up to the rest of your life in prison. Are you nervous?
Well, of course I'm nervous.
Are you scared? Are you concerned? Facing some serious charges.
I am nervous. I'm concerned. I'm scared.
Those tears are over her shattered romance with embattled attorney Michael Avenatti.
He loved to be in the center of attention.
They met at a celebrity hangout in LA in 2017. She was 23 and he was twice her age.
She was 23 and he was twice her age.
What happened, Michael? 24-year-old actress Morelli Minuti filing for a restraining order. She says Avenatti physically and verbally assaulted her, and that these photos of bruises on parts of her body are proof. Minuti, who had a brief role in the film Ocean's 8, says she's been dating the high-profile attorney for more than a year and living with him since January. She claims the violent encounter started with an argument over money inside of their Los Angeles apartment. Avenatti allegedly calling her a, quote, ungrateful expletive, then began forcefully hitting her in the face with pillows. Minuti states that Avenatti grabbed my right arm and dragged me out of bed and into the public hallway. She says she was only wearing underwear and a t-shirt. Minuti says she fled, and later that night, when she noticed the bruises on her body, she called police, who arrested Avenatti the next day. The attorney... the first time Avenatti was violent. Back in February, she says Avenatti pushed her out of the apartment, where I hit my head against a door. She says Avenatti then threw shoes at her.
Years, but prosecutors pulled no punches, characterizing the flashy lawyer as a thief, a fraud, and a liar who took advantage of his own clients.
Attorney Michael Avenatti now fighting for his own freedom. Prosecutors accusing the man, who once considered running for president, of stealing millions of dollars from clients to fund a lavish lifestyle, from reportedly sporting a watch worth tens of thousands to a flashy race car business and this private jet now seized by the feds.
It is Lawyer 101. You do not steal your client's money.
Avenatti is now facing 36 charges, including wire fraud, tax fraud, bank fraud, and perjury, and what prosecutors describe as a complex web of lies and financial back channels between his law firm, Troubled Seattle Coffee Company, and other businesses.
Typically in the form of payments designed to string along victims so as to prevent Mr. Avenatti's financial house of cards from collapsing.
In one case, Jeffrey Johnson, a paraplegic man, won a $4 million settlement from LA County. The indictment claiming Avenatti hid that money from his client for years, giving Johnson just enough for rent at an assisted living facility. If convicted, he could face up to 335 years in prison.
Our attorney is now being charged with stealing hundreds of thousands of dollars from his most famous client, Stormy Daniels.
The notoriety led to a book deal for Daniels, a memoir titled Full Disclosure. Avenatti sent Daniels' literary agent a fraudulent and unauthorized letter instructing the book advance be sent to an account controlled by him. When Avenatti received the funds, the indictment states he used it to make a lease payment for a Ferrari, to pay for hotels, airfare, meals, even dry cleaning, all for himself. And when Daniels asked about the money, Avenatti allegedly lied to her, stealing $300,000 of her own money and only giving her half back.
Tonight, embattled attorney Michael Avenatti is now accused of embezzling nearly $2 million intended for an NBA star's ex-girlfriend. The ex of Miami Heat center Hassan Whiteside claims Avenatti stole the money 2 years ago after she settled a $3 million lawsuit with the basketball star. The woman says he took the entire amount and spent it on a private jet.
Avenatti now facing up to 300 years in prison if convicted.
Where they should be blaming people is where the blame belongs. And that's on R. Kelly and his enablers. Period.